I wonder how that sounds and how it feels, in light of the heavy rains and the floods. Oh my goodness, floods are rising. I do hope that it doesn't get worse than it already is. Regardless, we're going to have a great show today. I am Gabriella. We're going to kickstart our conversation today with a bigger story that broke out the wee hours of this morning. Two-Face Annie Idibia marriage crisis. That story is breaking the internet right now, and there's been lots of reactions, as you would expect, from us. I say us because we all are Nigerians who look at that story critically, and I'd like your thoughts on the matter as well. At 1 p.m. The news update kicks in, and right after, if time permits, because I see that we have quite a couple of information on that hour for you, but if time does permit, I'd like to know if you regard yourself as a morning person or a night person. I'm sure you know what I mean by that. If you do not, we'll have that conversation on that hour. It's a Friday, so regardless of the rains, regardless of the weather, regardless of the flooding, we're going to give out 5,000 naira for the weekend to one lucky person at the 2 o'clock hour right after the news update. That is a package on the show for you today. Once again, you're welcome to the sunny side of life where all the conversations happen.
Different ideologies
and different perspectives.
Share your views on the sunny side.
92.3 Nigeria Info.
Let's talk.
Let's talk.
As you already know, I'm sure you've heard all that has happened between Annie Idibia and her husband, Two-Face Idibia. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Well, as you already know, at the wee hours of this morning, Annie Idibia called out her husband, better known as Tu Baba, for defying their marital vows and spending a night together with his baby mama Pero, and this was via her Instagram stories. She accused her husband of always ganging up with his family members to do things that will bring public disgrace to her, and she also noted that she deserves better from him, having stood by him even when it was obvious that his family never really liked her or even approved of their relationship. And according to her, she did, say a lot of things on her Instagram story. I'll just quickly quote a few of the things that she posted. Your baby mamas constantly use your children as an excuse for all sorts of rubbish. I'm a patient woman. I'm not a fool, innocent. Your family never loved me from the beginning. No matter how hard I tried, I was never worthy to them. I have made so many sacrifices for you and all your children, and God knows I have tried. Your baby mamas constantly use your children as an excuse for all sorts of rubbish. I try to stay gracious. You are not the first man on the planet to have kids by different women. Everything I do is to show the good human that I am. But today, this move you, Efe Frankie, and your family took is unacceptable. End of quote. You know why I say I always feel bad when celebrity marriages have such crises and we get to hear of it. I mean, we haven't even recovered from the Okoyes and their perceived divorce and the drama that it came with, but here we are now, and this is quite different because from the get-go, their relationship has been one that's been saddled with a lot of baby mama drama, other women in the picture, you know, illicit affairs outside of their relationship and eventually their marriage. But they have somewhat found a way to scale through all of that. So one might be tempted to begin to wonder, what could have really happened? Is this a case of, pent up emotions and anger that has finally found expression in an outburst? Or could it be that perhaps this is as a result of something else that we do not know of? But the main issue right now is people are wondering why she put it on social media. Some celebrities also came out to speak in that regard. John Pope, the actor, Nollywood actor, came out to speak about that as well, and he mentioned like, look, you do not take your family matter to social media. If you do, you're going to get dragged. Also, another Nollywood actor also mentioned quite the same and said, look, avoid women who would, take your, private matters or marital issues to social media, because on social media nothing gets resolved. Rather, you just get dragged for it. Zubi Michael talked about that as well. Junior Pope also mentioned that, and quite a number of other celebrities have been coming out to speak as regards the action that she took. It was also said that when she posted all of this series of stories on her Instagram, removed the name Idibia from her profile. But about a couple of hours ago, it's back. So we don't really know what is going on, if there is any kind of resolution in progress, if it was just a moment of emotional outburst. We do not know, but Idibia is back on her profile right now. But I'd like to hear your thoughts on the matter. Have you ever vented on social media? Have you ever had such an experience? The reason we hear of this is because they are in the limelight, but every day we know that amongst us, people go through issues. Could be marital issues, could be, personal issues, school challenges, work challenges, it could come in different forms. And every now and then you see stories on social media, people just trying to find expression, trying to breathe, and they do that via social media. Have you had any reason to vent on social media before? And would you say that venting on social media, posting how you really feel on social media, helps the problem go away? And I'd also like to know what you think about Annie Idibia coming on social media to talk about the marital conflict. Do you think, like many celebrities already say, do you think that she was wrong to have done that? 0817-03. You can also call 306416 0809-0306416. We're also on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Remember that when you do call to turn on the volume on your radio. Good afternoon.
Hello, Gabby. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much.
Okay, talking about Annie Idibia and Two-Face, my take is that, yes, people have issues, people deal with a lot, and people bottle them up inside because I don't want the next person to hear, because I want to put up the packaging effect. Everybody thinks it's all good. A lot of women have lost their minds mentally trying to do that. A lot of men have been killed because of that. A lot of children have been damaged because of that. It is not a crime to speak out and speak up when you're going through issues. But first of all, there's always a deal sign. When you're going to a celebrity marriage, and already you know that the person you're getting married to has that kind of weakness, all right? Because we all have our demons. This is something you have to learn to cope. And if you're not ready to handle it, you know what they say, you can't take the heat. You stay away from the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
So if she already knows, there are so many, she knows the family doesn't even like her. She's already stated that you can't go against the side. In so many cases, it takes few men or few women who can stand by you completely against their family. So when people say don't go to social media, don't do this, sometimes some people, it becomes the last resort because you've done everything possible, even for place of worship and all that. And some place of worship, some families will encourage you just remain as quiet. One reason, for the money. Not just the name. Say that because if you go away, somebody else is going to take it. And if you die, what happens? So when you see certain women or men or some come to social media to take it out there, most likely or sometimes they try other means, it's not possible, and they feel the best thing is to come out there and speak. So others who are going through the same can also do that. So when somebody says, don't go and marry a woman who take or marry a man who take on social media, listen, some of them who are saying that when they wear the same shoe and they bike, they'll not even go to social media, they'll be on the streets with the megaphone. So that's my take on that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your thoughts. Let's speak to Ibiso from Audley Road. Good afternoon, Ibiso.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, Two-Face, the Idibia's family. The thing there is, to my own understanding, maybe they are having this problem for a long time, you know, and the Annie, maybe she is enjoying it. But my own concern is, these are celebrities. They always go on the news, like the Okoye, you know, different celebrities, you know. But you, to me, as a person, before you get married to a serious person, like a celebrity or a movie actor, you're supposed to know the disadvantage and advantage of what you are going into.
Look, I'm sure she knows that. They've been married for how long now? But don't you think perhaps if a problem keeps lingering, you know,
the problem keeps
patience
lingering,
is like patience is elastic. Don't you think if a problem keeps lingering, one day you just might, you know, burst?
Yeah, no, she's a human. She has the right, but the amount knowledge is not everything I see to social media. There is a way she will follow it up. And now, okay, now look at the siblings. This one is saying because our brother is a quiet type. This one is saying this. So to tell you that before this thing comes to the public domain, this problem is existing for a long time. She on her own way she is trying, but being to social media, you know, it's not a good thing because many people understand it in different ways. And some people say that she's not mature enough to, you know, handle this matter, to bring it. And one thing again, the Two-Face, this is your wife. Your family is your family. You have to tell them that this is my own boundary. You don't have to cross to this boundary, you understand? Because now, it's like Two-Face is not saying anything. It's the brothers that are his mouthpiece. Another people would say that maybe they are oppressing her. We and you we don't know the root of the problem. But what we are on social media is what we are talking of. So, to me, every wife and husband, it's not good for everybody to bring this matter to social media because people take it in different way, give it different color. But in the brothers, they should go and manage their own family. They should go and manage their own family because if Two-Face have children outside and this lady is taking care of them without making any noise, they should give her kudos. It's not every woman that will tolerate maybe taking care of another person's children if no matter how the man is wealthy. So she should manage her own way to avoid social media with her marriage. They will take advantage. Some ladies that are even looking up to Two-Face will take advantage over this incident. The brothers, they should look like if what of in their own marriage somebody else want to come and be an intruder in their own marriage. They will not like it. So the both of them should play mature game in this thing. That's my own take.
All right, thank you very much, Ibiso, for your thoughts. Mr. Zion, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Gabi.
Good afternoon.
I think the lady is only expressing how she feels and what is going wrong. This is not the first time. These are incidents that have been going on. You can see the massive support they rally around the male, the Idibia. They are supporting him. Instead of looking at the other side of the woman. Since 7 a.m. I've been following on this trend, reading on comments, and I wonder, you are a married man. Married man. Did you set your priorities? Yes, you want to see your other children with their baby mamas. You are free. But there are things you shouldn't do. There are places you shouldn't find yourself. Daddy, by the grace of God, I'm married as a brother. And the father, uncle mentioned it. There are things I will not find myself doing. There are places I will not go. Beyond just being, look, the name Zion alone is like a goal. People are expecting what will come out of this. And my lifestyle should be an interpreter of the name. And it's unfortunate that even the ladies, which is Annie's brother, just came about 5 minutes ago or 10 minutes ago, that he's warning his sister for complaining of what she's going through in a marriage. That is why I always say it's a big part of the world. A lot of us, we are just hypocrites. As a man, set your goals right. Look, I want to marry 3 wives. I want to marry 5 wives. Make it plain. And this preaching that the church brought to us, that one man to one woman, is a lie. It's no longer holy water because it's not true. And as a woman, make up your mind before you marry any man. Just prepare your mind that, look, as I'm in this house, I may be his first wife. Another woman might come. Another woman may come, either in 1 year time or in 2 year time. Daddy, it takes disciplined men like us who have decided that we just want one wife. Come rain, come sun. No matter the matter, we just want to stay with one wife. It takes discipline. And for the Annie Idibia, she may be listening. She should take it slow and look into the incidents that these problems were there before she came in. And she has been managing it before now, and she should keep managing it. People like us will keep praying for her to have the strength to carry it on. This is marriage. And people must be careful how they handle it. Marriage is an environment where angels dine, not for mediocre. Most people are under curse today because they play and toy with that thing they call marriage. And people are blessed because they value it, what they call marriage. Mr. Zion.
Mrs. Zion, thank you very much for your thoughts. OG is calling from Mukwoku. We've got Tony as well from Ada George. I'll get to you shortly. Good afternoon, OG.
Yeah, good afternoon, Gabriel.
Good afternoon.
First of all, before I start, I would like to say this to as many that will be listening or that is listening in this part of the world when it comes to this conversation, that you should go and tell somebody that you shouldn't see any celebrity. Don't take any celebrity to be your role model. Yeah, because when it comes to the aspect of tomorrow, the role model is not doing very well, you tend to start having issues with yourself. Pray for yourself to be like Jesus. Let me say something here. Do you know, Gabby, that this lady and the husband, they are always on social media. They comment, they are on social media. Even when they don't comment, they follow people, they are on social media. They are going to Dubai, social media. They are going to an event, they are on social media.
As other celebrities also are, not just peculiar to them.
That is what I'm saying. Who on earth should blame that one to have brought that on the social media? They don't expect it. You see, let me tell you something. Everybody has his own life to live. She has suffered a lot. For her to have opened up, she has. And it's not easy. I tend to challenge anybody who will say that she's wrong to have brought that. Yes. Don't say that she's not mature. She has received a lot of that. And I want to also, if she's listening to her, I want to tell you something. Marriage. I am not married, by the grace of what I will. I think marriage is for the matured mind. Yes, it's for the matured mind.
So are you trying to say she's not mature?
What did you say?
Are you trying to say Annie is not mature enough?
No, I'm not saying that. She has to tell herself if she's mature. I get it, because I think anything that has to do with marriage, before now, she cut decision that this is going to be a man for better, for worse, in sickness and in health, I think it's better to iron out things outside the social media, just like what I say. But bringing it up, it's not a bad thing. But I think marriage is a very mature something. If I'm not mastering mine, please, I shouldn't go into it. And anything that I see that comes into it, I should be ready to put myself in order. And at the end of the day, try as much as possible for that matter to be resolved.
All right, Soji. Let's move on to other callers.
Somebody who is not. What did you say?
Let me move on to other callers. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Tony, are you there? Oh, sat there and lost Tony's call. Please do call back, Tony. JJ from Umukoro. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my sister Gabby.
Good afternoon.
See, our people say something. That when a man has his bum crashing in before he sleep, when he will wake up with a smelling finger. That is exactly what is happening now. What's her name? Annie. Annie know what she was going into. It's not like it's new. You don't change goalposts when the game is already on. This guy had 5 children before he married you, including your own. So why do you think suddenly it will change? And based on the business this guy does to put food on the table, what is her business? What is her own problem? So the guy should stop and sit at home and be looking at her face like she's an LCD or something. Oh, he doesn't go anywhere. He doesn't do this. He is going after the other children that he had outside and your own. Are they not equal? Not be the same person born them because you are in the house or what? So every other person should die. That the guy cannot visit who? This guy has been into that life before. If you know you cannot stand it, then just quit it. You don't even need to start it. Not coming to tell us, bore with your story of...
JJ, hold on. Hello, JJ. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so I don't want us to make this conversation what it's not supposed to be. This is not an avenue to judge Annie for what decision she chose to take. That's not what this platform is for. She obviously has a right to feel or react the way she wants to because of the situation she's in. If you were in that situation, perhaps you would act differently. That's not the conversation. The question really is, for you as an individual, JJ, do you think it is wrong venting on social media?
It's not right. Because they didn't do anything on social media. When they were getting married, they went to their family, the girl's family, the guy's family, and we saw everything the way it happened in Eket. Even their road that was bad before was tied by Akpabio as then to make sure that everything worked out fine. So what happened taking that road instead of coming on social media?
All right.
Thank you.
All right, JJ, thank you very much. Mufasa is on the line from Ada George. Good afternoon.
Yeah, hi, Gabby. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, I want to say that marriage is not a bed of roses. I'm sure Annie is aware that before she got married to Two-Face, Two-Face had kids for other women outside, even if they don't live with him in the house. Now, to answer your question, it is very, very wrong to bring your marital affairs to the social media. There are things that are better made for you and your spouse to handle. Even assuming they have been, trying to, iron this matter out and it's not getting to any head. Like what JJ said, you have family. Even if you are coming to tell us that the man's family, they are not being fair to you and all of that, now that you got it to social media and the problem is solved, you end up destroying your home. I'm telling you for free. And the fact that the man went to see, I don't really understand why somebody that had a child for your children, why it is wrong for you to go and see that person.
She wasn't saying it's wrong for him to go see his children. What she had issues with was sleeping in the same room with the baby mama. At least that's what I get from what she said.
He should rather go to sleep outside.
Why not just take the next room in the hotel? Why sleep in the same room?
Annie does not even trust the husband, because if you trust and believe in your husband, you'll not be having all these funny thoughts.
Let me ask you a question, Mufasa.
Go ahead.
Mufasa, let me ask you a question. Let's assume, right? I don't know if you're married. Are you married?
I'm married.
Let's assume your wife has another child with another man, and obviously they have an arrangement to spend time with the child, take the child shopping or whatever, and your wife takes her child to the father, and you learn that your wife and the man slept in the same hotel room. How will that make you feel? Now you're laughing, but it's easy to judge someone else.
Gabby.
That's exactly what she's complaining about.
No, see, Gabby, that is another kettle of fish.
It is not another kettle of fish. Why should it be when it comes to the man?
Gabby, if she tells me that she's going to see her children with the man she had, children with before we got married, and she told me that she'll be able to come to the house that day, I think we can iron something out.
Iron something out, like allowing her sleep in the same hotel room with the man. Will that be okay for you?
Why would she sleep in the same hotel room?
So why are you judging Annie? That is a problem. She says, why would you sleep in the same room with your baby mama?
Gabby, my problem is this. She has every right to be concerned about that. But bringing it to the public, you don't have to bring it to social media, because social media will not solve your problem. Social media will not bring peace to your family. You know that social media will tear your family apart. You need to see what is going on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. That is the cause of the matter, Gabby.
All right, Mufasa.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling. Clement is calling from NTA Road. Good afternoon, Clement.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, so following your line of thoughts, like you said, this platform is not a place to bring out Annie and say whatever they want to say. And it's not also a platform to bring out Two-Face and tear him apart too.
Right.
So we should have a balanced opinion. So concerning this now, this Two-Face saga, I think started, according to Annie, or to the story, it started in 2018. Why bringing it now in 2021? So what must have happened in 2019 and in 2020? And this is almost the end of 2020. What must have happened? So these are the questions that we are asking. And so I think maybe marriage therapy should be consulted and all this. So bringing your issues on social media, for me, is not matured. They should just settle their problem behind the scene, and everybody should be smiling.
I'd like to assume, Clement, that you've never had reason to come on social media to vent as well.
I only vent about my business.
Ah, your business, but not your marriage or personal love life or anything.
No, and my partner have done that before. And
Okay.
if you ask me why is it, I'm not saying it is just a woman that does that, but why is it a woman thing? Why will a woman want to come all out on social media to come and do that? That's the question. Because one, the reason is because the world will want to sympathize and oh, she's a woman, oh, this, that, this. I like what you said to the previous caller. If it is my wife that goes to visit her baby or boy mama, something like that, and eventually slept in the same room with her, you ask that.
Oh dear, whatever happened? Anyway, thank you for calling. Let's speak to Barry Digia Dom from Ada George. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Gabby.
Good afternoon. You're welcome.
My name is Barry Digiado
Go ahead.
from Ada George. The first time I heard this story, I thought maybe it's this their publicity stunt now. You know, as the celebrities they do sometimes. But this matter serious. So if there is any problem, Annie is supposed to settle it amicably with Two-Face, not to bring it out to the public. Annie, now your marriage is scatter so. Now that the thing is out in the public of the marriage don't scatter.
I hope not. I really do hope not. Let's not conclude just yet.
You know how these public social media they behave. They will keep advising you up and down, bringing out unnecessary stories. I hope their marriage stay intact.
It will be intact. Let's hope for the best. Samson from LMA. Oh dear, love Samson's call. Let's take some comments. All right, we'll have just A little over 5 minutes for the conversation. On Facebook, Anyeda Isong says, she's wrong. I know she's frustrated because of certain development from the husband, but online, coming online is not the best place to sort it out. Itari Prince Ake Kwangno says, it is totally wrong. As married people, you should understand each other. So whenever there is conflict, as a wife, she's supposed to play her role as a wife and not take personal matters to the public. When you say play her role as a wife, what does that mean? And what role does a husband play? Omasaba Peter says, there is nothing ever right or wrong on earth. What is right to me may not be to you. To her and others it is right, and to others it is wrong. And Sikan, Harrison Jr. says, the conflict is overwhelming, so she is seeking self-help. Victor Grant says, celebrities should keep their marital lives to themselves. Stanley Ugochukwu says, leave the celebs, they want to trend. Okay. How else? Ogbanga says, she's just expressing her hurts, no matter the channel that she used. Okay, quite a number of messages there. Let's come on to WhatsApp, 0809-0306416. Ikagu, a talker from Ozoba, says, I think it's wrong to bring such personal issues to the social space. She should have calmly expressed her feelings to her husband regarding his relationship with his baby mama. She cannot stop him from communicating with those mamas because they have his children, and as a father he should check on them from time to time. After all, she knew of these baby mamas before marriage, hence I expect her she should have kept these annoyances to herself, I think. Anyway, Sophia says, people should leave her alone. Let her continue to endure because she made a choice. Christy from Port Harcourt says, good afternoon, Gabby. Concerning Annie Idibia, I think she shouldn't have come to social media. She's aware that her husband has baby mamas, so her bursting out on social media will change nothing. For the fact that her husband has baby mamas, but decided to pick her to be his wife should mean a lot to her. The fact that I always have a problem with this statement, you know, away from this Annie Idibia two-face issue. When people say that, oh, a man has so many options, but the fact that he chose you as wife should mean something to you, I always have a problem with that. So, because he chose you as wife amongst many options that he had, is that enough reason to continue to accept treatments that you know you do not deserve? So because he chose her as wife, she should keep quiet when maybe, for example, he's still having an affair with one or more of the baby mamas, or she should keep quiet if he's seen other women. After all, I'm the one who he made wife. I'm the one who he put a ring on her finger. Is that what it is? I always have questions when people, you know, speak like that. Anyway, the truth is, people have different ways of handling issues. For instance, Mr. Zion may handle, you know, an illicit affair by his partner a different way from the way I would. People react to different situations differently. So if someone were to hurt your father or your mother, you would react a certain way. That way you react will be different from the way Mr. B would react, will be different from the way Mr. C would react. So many times people vent because they don't really have any other channel to express. Perhaps, like she said, you know, the husband's family has been against her. Maybe her own family, maybe has not even given her a listening ear. I don't know. I'm just saying that's a possibility. And even if they have, you know, you just want, many times we are not privileged to have that kind of friend wherein we can just pour our feelings the way we feel them. Many times we are carrying ourselves a certain way to meet up with an image that we think our friends have of us, and so the idea of friendship in that regard is defeated. But there are people who are privileged enough to enjoy such relationships. You know, you have that one person. Could be your brother, could be your mother, could be your sister, could be your spouse. It's beautiful when it's your spouse. Could be someone else in your family, but then you know there's that one person you can actually bounce off emotions on. You can actually pour your heart to. Many people don't have that. And in a situation where a person does not have that window to vent how they truly feel, that's when you have people coming on social media to say how they feel and pour their hearts out. But sometimes, you know, it even causes more damage than good. But we'll just wait and keep our fingers crossed and see how this story unfolds. We do hope that it will break my heart to see them part ways. I mean, they're such an icon as a couple, and I do hope they find a way to scale through this hard time they're going through. 1 o'clock happens in 2 minutes. The news update kicks in, and right after, for the conversations on the hour.